They got something for the other one.
Yeah, we ain't worried about it. All right, what's what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, honey. Let's just jump right into this Beard to Medicine recap, honey. We about to do the part 2 and the part 3, honey. Now, the part 2 was so boring, I didn't feel like coming on here and doing a recap about it back then, so I'm just gonna combine these two parts, because, honey, this last reunion was boring, honey. We gonna rate it B for boring, honey, because that's what it was. And really, honestly, I don't really have much to say about it. But nonetheless, I'm just gonna talk about the stuff that did occur to me. I'm just gonna talk about that, and the rest of it, whatever. I don't really care about. But and I'm just want to put this disclaimer, honey. I just got back from the bar, honey. I just got back from from Wednesday night happy hour. So, honey, I done had a couple of shots, honey, and I'm drinking some more. And I got another shot right here, so please excuse me if I just seem a little bit too tipsy, because I am. But anyways, so let's get into this Married to Medicine, honey. So, listen. I'm just going to make this declaration. And I really do mean it when I say it. I really do mean it. If next season, if they bring back Dr. G and Sweet Tea, if they bring back Dr. Alicia and this little African Dr. Kimma, if they don't have Quad on next season, that's going to be the end of me watching Married to Medicine. I'm telling you, I'm not watching that show. If any of that happens, especially if they bring back Dr. G in this in this, let me get into that later, especially if they bring back Dr. G and Sweet Tea and Dr. Alicia and Dr. Kimma next season and don't have Quad on. Yeah, I'm gonna cease to watch Married to Medicine, or at least the new episodes, because I don't really have. No, I will be watching Married to Medicine and at that point, because listen, honestly, I just feel like, as far as Sweet Tea is concerned, I'm just not sure if this show is really a fit for her. I mean, listen, I felt like I really felt bad about all the years that I spent feeling a type of way towards Portia Williams. Like back when she first came on in season 5 of the Housewives of Atlanta, I thought she was real dumb, and I just thought that she was just really tacky. But honestly, I did not realize that it was a level that was even below Portia. Sweet Tea is the most ghetto, most ratchet, tackiest, uncouth, ungraceful chick that I have ever seen on reality television. Like, I mean, she has no filter whatsoever, and on top of that, she is so incredibly insecure that it's like anytime anybody says anything, her first go-to is to try to, like, rear up at them like a junkyard dog. Like, I don't know, something is really wrong with this girl. My thing is, you've seen this show. The only reason why you even know who Dr. G was is because you know the show. You know how it goes. You wanted to get on the show because you wanted to belong. Now you're on it and you mad because of the because you're getting exactly what you wanted. I'll say that. Those little things that Quad and Dr. Heavenly said about her clothes were not even that big of a deal. Like, that was like just little slight fun shade. Like, it wasn't even that deep. But I mean, she on there acting like she about to go to, like she about to go Love and Hip Hop on Quad, simply because they said that she bought her that she apparently told Dr. Heavenly that she buys her clothes from an African in the parking lot. I mean, my thing is, if you said it, just own that you said it. Nobody is expecting you at this point to be rich. We all can take one look at you and know exactly what your income level is and what your intelligence level is. So I mean, like, I don't think that it's a shock that you would be. I don't think it's a shock to anyone that you would be buying clothes from an African in the parking lot at this point. So, but I mean, it was just like just this pseudo false bravado that she had. Why are you talking about me on social media? Like, I mean, it was just really crazy, and I was really feeling quiet when she was like, "Girl, calm down." Like, I mean, it like it really isn't that serious. My thing is, listen, she should have never been on this show if she was not going to have self esteem. Okay, the biggest thing, if anything, if you're going to be on social or if you're going to be on a reality TV show, you should have a lot of confidence. And she is like, oh my goodness, this girl is so insecure. Like, even at the Med U ball, when Quad came up and was talking to Dr. G, right after Quad walked away and they were talking, her and Dr. G were talking, she just like she kept kissing him and stuff like that, almost like a kind of like reminiscent of a dog that's like peeing on his territory, like she wants to keep kissing him or whatever to try to remind Quad that this is my man. But it's like, is everybody, did somebody get amnesia here? Because last I checked, Quad is the one that got a divorce from Dr. G. She does not want that dude. So, if she still wanted him, she would still be with him. But obviously, she does not. Um, my bad. Um, I don't know. I just don't. I don't like. I don't like that girl. I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't like her for the show. And I just, like I said, I will not be watching if she comes on. Now, let me just talk about Dr. Simone for a minute here, and her. Dr. Simone to me is just one of the most hypocritical people on social. Not, well, I keep saying social media, on reality television. She's the main one on the show, always talking about somebody being ghetto, somebody being a thug. I remember that one hilarious season where she was having it out with Toya, and she was talking about, if you talk about fighting, you a thug to me. Now that was funny. But it's so funny that she is this type, but yeah, she's the main one that acts the most hood, the most ratchet, the most uncouth. She always hollering and screaming, raising her voice at the drop of a hat. Like, to me, it's so funny to me because it's like she's the main one that's like the ghetto police, but yet she's the main one that acts ghetto, and it's just like, you can get your point across without acting like that. And that's one thing that I notice about people who truly are ghetto. They always try so hard to act like they're not, just because they want to compensate for the fact that they know what they really are. And it's just so annoying. It's just like, so we know what it is. We know what you really are. Now she want to say that Quad was lying. If she don't lie, then I'll say quiet. Well, my thing is, what exactly is she lying about, my dear? You said what you said. She said what she said. Quad admitted that she had a problem because when she goes back, when they play the old episodes, she gets mad about old stuff that she was supposed to be over or whatever. But when she sees it again, she gets mad about it again. She was mad about it. I mean, it just is what it is. At this point, I feel like either you're gonna stop being friends with somebody and just move on, or you're not. So I don't see why she felt the need to like want to make sure she told Andy that Quad had a situation at her house where her niece passed away. Like, I just don't understand why she felt so pressed to make sure that she told that truth. Like, I called her after that situation happened. Like, couldn't you have said that you are a supportive friend and that you call her whenever she's in time of need, and that would have sufficed? Like, I don't understand why she was so pressed to say the part about what happened with the grandniece. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. Like, especially when Quad was obviously telling her that she didn't want her to say that. Like, to me, I don't understand why would she continue to say something about it when she's telling you, I don't want you to even mention it. So to me, isn't that kind of like you being a bad friend? Like you over here saying that she's a bad friend, but then like at the same time that you're accusing her of being a bad friend, you're being a bad friend. Like, I don't know. These women are so incredibly unprofessional for them to be doctors. Like to me, it's just ridiculous. Um, but I don't know. I feel like I've said my piece about Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie. They are the two most pathetic women on reality television. They make their careers their whole entire identity, and in my opinion, I feel like that is just it's whack and it's just lame as ever. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get to Dr. Alicia and Dr. Kimma. I'm just thinking back to the episode. Okay, am I the only one that just kind of feel like Dr. Kimma is very, very feminine? Like, he just is a very like I don't know. It was just his facial expressions and his body movements. He just seems incredibly feminine to me, and I don't really know what exactly it is. Like I'm not gonna say that he's gay or anything like that, but it's just something about him that it's just something within him that just seems to be showing a lack of masculinity. Now, this is what I do know. Sometimes when ghetto people or ratchet people like want to act like they're not ratchet, sometimes, especially like in males, it'll come off as gay because they're trying so hard to act like, or it'll come off as feminine rather because they're trying so hard to act like they are like proper or they're trying to act like they're so it kind of will kind of come off as like feminine. Maybe that's what it is. Because honestly, just based off of what I'm looking at and from what I've heard from him and what I know about where he's from, where he comes from, yeah, I know that yeah he definitely is in the ballpark of ratchet. I'll just say that. Maybe that's what it is, but I just feel like I wish that he would have said, you know what? I don't let me not even try to be diplomatic. I'm not for these foreigners, right? Because you have a lot of foreigners, especially like a lot of these Africans. They want to come over here to America. They want to get with a partner that's American, but yet they have all of these, anti-black, hateful ideologies about black people. I don't really go for that. I don't have any time, any space, any sort of. I don't have any time for that nonsense. My thing is, if you have this, if you feel like you just dislike Black American women, then you shouldn't have got with one. You should have just got with a Nigerian chick if you have all these issues. I just don't understand. My thing is, you want to come over here you want to come to this country, you want to use up all the resources and get what you can get from America, but then you just want to have all of these negative stereotypes about Americans, especially Black American women. Like, go somewhere with that, because my thing is, if we want to get into the judging game, there is a ton of things about Africa that we really could look at and dissect, and we really all could point our fingers at and talk about different aspects of it that we don't like and make judgments about it. So please don't come over here to America and try to act like you are in any position to try to judge somebody and how they act. Like he gonna say, oh, it was a culture shock, but Dr. Alicia, she was a good Southern woman, and so it made the blow easier, like, or whatever he said. I'm just paraphrasing, but like basically, oh, she just is as good Southern women, but these other black women, they're just so uncouth and just so ratchet and so beneath me. Um, buddy, the country you come from is not known for being, you know, it's not necessarily known for being, that high scale. So I'm just trying to figure out, what are you comparing these women to? What are you comparing these women to? She was a, Dr. Alicia is a good Southern woman. What are you comparing it to? I just don't like it. I just feel like if you have issues, that's fine, but don't sit up there and marry an American, but then you want to have these issues with Americans. Like, it don't make sense, and I'm not for it. I like it irritates me. Like, it annoys me. And I just feel like him and his foolishness. Here's who I would like to see on next season. They need to get back either Dr. Contessa, Dr. Scott, or let's retry Doctor, or not Doctor, but let's retry that lady Janicia, I think her name was, that black lady with that short haircut, and her husband. I really do feel like Bravo just did not give them a fair shake, and I felt like they just got rid of them way too soon. Like, we really didn't even get to see that much from Janicia, but I felt like she gave a whole lot more than what Dr. Alicia gave in the season. Even like the whole spat between Janicia and Dr. Heavenly, I felt like it showed a lot more. And honestly, I just don't understand why it is that Dr. Janicia did not get another season. I just wish that they would just get them back, because honestly, these two right here, I'm just not feeling these two. I'm not feeling either one of them, and I think that Dr. Alicia is the biggest fool for sitting here defending a man who is doing nothing but disrespecting everything about who she is and where she comes from. Like she gonna sit there and say, "Oh, I like a man. I like a man that takes control." Like, I can see if he was on there saying, I love Alicia. I'm so grateful that she came into my life, that we met. I'm grateful that to have her as my wife. I love her. He didn't say any of that. He didn't say any of that. The only thing he cares about is making sure everybody knows that he wears the pants in his family or whatever. Like to me, I feel like this really is just something that I really have just seen and prevalent with black males, that they feel like their manhood is something that can be taken away, when in actuality it really isn't. And if you feel like it is, then something is wrong with you if you feel like a woman can take away your manhood. But Bravo, don't bring them back. That's all I can say. Do not bring them back. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see this chick, this stupid little chick back on here with this African dude. I don't want to see him back on here. I don't like either one of them, especially Kimma. I don't like him. He got a bad attitude. I do not like him. Don't bring him back. Quad. Okay, let's see. Quad and her apologizing to everybody. This situation really does remind me of back on the Housewives, when the stuff first popped off with Portia accusing Candy of trying to drug and rape her, right? And at first, like her first season back, I think it was season 9 or something. She was trying to make amends and apologize, right? Portia was. But I remember it was a certain period of time when she said enough was enough, and you're not going to keep bringing this up. I have apologized enough, and I'm done with it. And I remember like when they would keep trying to bring the nonsense up, she shut them down. After a certain point in time, Quad is just gonna need to shut it down. Toya would not have gotten an apology from me. My thing is, Toya has gotten up on national TV and said worse things about her husband, more and way more embarrassing things about Eugene that came out of her own big mouth than Quad spreading a rumor or whatever about her possibly cheating on Eugene. Isn't Toya the same one that sat here and was saying that basic or insinuating that basically her husband had a small penis? Isn't she the same one that said that? What else did she say about him? She talks to him crazy. She acts like he ain't nothing but a puppet that she can control. According to Dr. Heavenly, she don't do nothing around the house. Eugene is the one to do everything. Like, to me, I feel like, what is the difference between what Quad did and what she did? Did she not run with the nonsense about Quad sleeping with the contractor? Like, to me, I don't understand why one is looked at as being worse than the other. Like, to me, and two, I don't see why it would be a big deal unless you really were cheating on your husband. So, anyways, Toya wouldn't have got an apology from me, and Simone definitely wouldn't have gotten an apology from me. Really, none of these chicks would have gotten an apology from me because none of them were owed an apology. All of them are messy. All of them um, are conniving. They're out for themselves. And if I feel like if I had already given them an apology prior to the reunion, then they wouldn't have got another one. That's just a period out of the situation. But like I said in my other video, I think that she basically I think that Quad is just seeing the forest for the trees. She's saying, okay, this is a good bag. I'm gonna hang on to it as long as I can. I mean, but with all things being considered, they don't really get to determine if she stays on the show or not. But I mean, it definitely does, work out better if you kind of have relationships with the other women. So I mean, I think that all, that plays into it. So, but you know, it just is what it is. But anyways, what else? What else was from this reunion? Okay, Carlos King. I was listening to his live the other day. He said that Phaedra and Apollo, they seem to have, I don't know, they still have chemistry or whatever. Um, I guess so. It's possible that Phaedra and Apollo might be fooling around right now because honestly, I just literally watched a video of dude on a doorbell ring camera, um, fooling around with some other little chick, and he's supposed to be married to this other girl. So, I mean, I guess so. So maybe so. Um, to me, I feel like, dude, you you didn't been around you didn't been around the block long enough to not be getting caught up in that kind of nonsense, which kind of makes me believe that maybe some of this stuff is staged, maybe so, possibly, but I don't know. It wasn't. I felt like the hype that was around Apollo coming on the reunion was more than what it actually was. I felt like his segment, it got over. It was over pretty quick. I mean, it was just it was no tea there. It was nothing there. It was just yeah, it was underwhelming. He came and he went, but I feel like the hype around it, was just like it was gonna be salacious, but it really wasn't. It's good though that they are, that they have a relationship, and he comes to see the sons, and I'm glad that it's not a lot of drama there. But I don't know, like I said, that this third part, the whole reunion, I really think that they could have did it in really one part, because I mean it really wasn't much. Just it wasn't much that happened. Um, what else? What else happened? I think that was really, really all the only assessment that I have. Do not bring Dr. G back in this little girl, this little hood rat chick. Don't bring her back. Don't bring Alicia and this little dude back. I don't want to see him back on there. And like I'm telling you, if Quad is not on this next season, I'm not watching it. It just is what it is. Um, but anyways, that's all that I have to say about it. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you got something. Um, whatever you got from it that you want to say something about, please leave it down in the comment section. Because honestly, I really didn't get much from it. Um, but I wanted to make sure that I did enough, that I gave my opinion about it. I'm trying to think about if there was something else. Let me say this. They spent a lot of time in the third part examining Dr. G and his statement that he said about Phaedra, and him basically fantasizing about Phaedra. You know, honestly, like Dr. Heavenly said on her thing with Carlos King, she spent so much time trying to, go at Dr. Heavenly, and when really she should have took that energy and went upside Dr. G's head. Because my thing is, what kind of man sits up in front of his wife's face and be talking about he was fantasizing about another woman, and talk about what could have been with her and all this other stuff. That she is one stupid girl. Like, to me, I kind of feel like if it was me, I just play my part. You know what I'm saying? I work on trying to get to get a baby, which is a bag, and just whatever. I like all this that she doing. Like, it's just so unnecessary. And to me, I feel like he has made her look like such a fool online and on the TV show, talking to her like a slave, treating her like she ain't nothing but a housemaid. To me, I just feel like I don't understand why she is so mad with these women and not with him. I don't understand it, but I guess that's just hood rats for you. Like, just Sweet Tea is such a stupid girl, and I just hope that she don't come back next season. But if she do, like I said, I ain't watching it. It just is what it is. Case closed. But um, I will say Dr. Heavenly was saying that, and Carlos too. They were saying that they basically felt like Phaedra wasn't really into Dr. Greg. That he seems like a cornball, and she basically just brought up the whole thing about wanting a $4,000 a month allowance because she wanted to let him down easy and basically not hurt his ego. But she really didn't like him. Honestly, I don't really get cornball from Dr. Greg. I don't get cornball from him, and I don't get that from him. I get ratchet, but trying to act like I'm not. That's what I get. I get overbearing and antagonizing and aggressive and controlling. And my career has gone to my head. That's what I get from Dr. Greg, but I certainly don't get cornball. So I don't know. I don't know. Phaedra, maybe it's some truth to it. Phaedra married that thug Apollo, so I don't know. Maybe she do. Like, um, maybe so. Honestly though, I don't think I wouldn't necessarily just put my money on Apollo if it was a fight between him and Dr. Greg though. But I don't know, maybe so. what I will say is that at least Dr. Greg got an honest living. So, um, but then there's other thing qualities about somebody that you may not like. So maybe it was other reason why she didn't like Greg or whatever. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna end this here. Like like I said, this reunion wasn't giving me much. I was really hoping that it was gonna be a lot more than what it was, but it is what it is. I'll stay tuned, and I really am going to start like in doing my content, start venturing out into um, other media apparatuses outside of reality TV. And of course, like whenever I get the need or whenever I get the feeling, make a video about whatever sis is doing. But like I said, I just have gotten really bored with sis and what she does. Like the funeral debacle was like the best thing that I've seen in a long time from her. But anyways, um, it's been a few movies that I've seen that I really wanted to talk about, that were really off the chain, and I probably will do videos about those. So, but anyways, until next time, thank you for watching my video, and thank you for chilling with me. Um, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.